Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Interior Wellness Show. I'm Elizabeth, your host, and I'm so excited today to have a wonderful and inspiring woman to talk to us on the show. You're going to learn so much from her. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of takeaways from this wonderful session with her. Angela Strank, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much. It's so great to be back on your show again. This is great.
Yes, it's wonderful to have you. So I want to hear about your story and your journey. You work with people on dreaming and visioning and intuitively, and you help people with breakthroughs. I know that I've had some session with you as well. How did you get to where you are? What was your journey?
Oh, that's such a great question. You know, it's interesting. At an early age, I became very passionate, probably around the age of 22. I'm in my 40s now, of the subconscious mind and how it influences us. And I grew up, there was 4 of us kids in my family. And when I left home in my early 20s, I noticed that I was different than my siblings. I know a lot of us have that black sheep thing and we're a little bit different. But I was so curious as to what made me different in the way I thought, in the way that I interpreted life from my siblings. And since then, I've gone on and I've explored different areas in travel, and I just had a very, very different journey than my siblings. And not that one's better or the other, I just was very curious. How does that happen? You have the same parents, the same environment, you know, pretty much the exact same conditioning, and then you can have one individual or all of them be completely different in how they process life. And that question was so burning inside of me that I started studying the subconscious mind. And now everything I do is about changing and transforming the subconscious mind from any core beliefs that are limiting in nature. And so I work with people over the phone all around the world, and I'm super passionate about it because this is a topic that brings me the most passion, which is how to take those beliefs that we take on early on in childhood. Usually most of our beliefs are conditioned into us by the age of 8. And then we spend the rest of our life manifesting from that platform. And so I love to work with people and to go back and explore these old beliefs, how they're limiting in nature, and then transforming them. And so that's how this all started for me, was just that one burning question. How did I end up so different than my siblings? We have the same parents. And so it's been a 20-year journey. It never ends in my exploration, never ends in my training and my education. And my world has just opened up and exploded since I started doing my own inner work in transforming the subconscious mind. So it's been a fun and very outside the box kind of journey. And you know, mom wants to be a massage therapist, and that's a beautiful profession in and of itself. But every time I massage someone, I was like, yeah, but I want to know what's going on inside their mind. And that was, it's just something that I've come here to explore and to bring to the world. So that's so far been my journey.
It was incredible. I relate to that as well, that feeling of like, how did I get so different? And I'm sure a lot of our listeners as well. Why do I have these thoughts that are beyond just the normal realm of everyday life? And you've gone through so much and worked with so much. How does what you've gone through help you to work with people?
You know, it's funny, a client on the phone asked me the same question this morning, and she thought that I had all this knowledge from working with many different people and seeing all different aspects of life, which is very, very true. But I've done this long enough to know that actually we are more alike than we are different. We just have beliefs that influence how we react to life. And so my own journey of self-exploration, you know, I've had some pretty serious challenges in my early life that I had to overcome to get me to where I'm at, has helped me absolutely with my clients. And at the end of the day, you know, it's all of my own personal growth that I bring to the table that is more beneficial than anything I've ever trained in, because I can say I've lived it. I can say I've gone through it. And there's something comforting for people when they understand and talk to someone who's gone through a similar challenge. So fascinating enough, life gave me many, many different areas and aspects of life that I was challenged in. But it definitely helps me now in the work that I do. And I get excited for people because I know oh man, I've been through that. I know how difficult this phase is, but I also know the gems that are waiting for you on the other side. So there's no surprise that I've gone through the journey I have based on the life work that I'm here to do.
That makes sense. What kind of person do you love working with the most? When you're saying working with clients, it just makes me think, what is your favorite breakthrough or type of person, or what somebody's working with?
When people are authentic. So that means, you know, people are in that place and they're raw and they're going through something and they're there and they're available for themselves. That's what lights me up, because we all have difficult challenges and we all have, you know, times in our lives where we are stretched to the max. And when we can stay present and really show up in that moment, amazing miracles come from that. And so I enjoy working with all my clients. But when I witness someone going through that incredible stretching phase where they are being pushed to the max and they are present, they're not running, they're not making excuses, they're not beating themselves up, they're just that's exciting for me, because I know something great's coming for them.
Absolutely. And what about for yourself? How do you take yourself through? I'm sure you still have challenges. You're not just finished. How do you take yourself through what you need to get through?
Well, first of all, we're never finished, because I don't think that, I believe in consciousness, and consciousness is always evolving, always expanding. And so, you know, there is a contraction phase and there's a relaxed phase. So the contraction phase is when we are being stretched, like I'm talking about. We're uncomfortable, we're going through stuff, and it can have many different faces and how that looks. But that stretching phase is when we're taking in more energy, we're expanding our beliefs, and we're growing. And then we get the rest, if you will, in the relaxed phase. And so, no, I will never be done. You'll never be done. And anybody listening to this will never be done. It's interesting when I get a client say to me, when will I be done my work? And then I smile, because I'm like, this isn't work. This is life. This is showing up in the moment and really expanding into the truth of who you are and your greatest potential. Now, for the second part of your question, how do I do that? Well, I'm just like anybody else. Sometimes the stretching process, think about birthing, for example. There's not a greater sense of being expanded and stretched to your max than the birthing process, right? So, not that I've had children, but my point is that I too can get to that point where it's so incredibly uncomfortable for whatever reason, but I have people in play in my life who I can lean into. And that has been the number one thing that's made a difference for my work in the last couple of years, because you know me personally, my work has just exploded in the last couple of years. And that's because many different reasons, but one of the best gifts I gave myself was seeking out people I can lean into, and they know. I'll say to them, I am being stretched, and you're not the person behind, who has to show up and do what needs to be done. You're behind the scenes. I need you to hold me up in this place. And it's amazing what happens when you have a tribe of people who believe in what you're doing and can be that strength when you're stretching and stretching and stretching. And so the best thing I can say is find a tribe that'll support you, and also be present. Breathe through it, because it's not going to last. Life is ever changing. Absolutely.
I totally agree with that. Having community and people around you to help you through what you're going through makes all the difference. It makes a difference sometimes of whether you'll go through it or not, if you have people around you.
Oh, absolutely. One of the biggest challenges I see in the clients that I work with, or there's patterns that I see. One of the biggest problems that I see is stumbling block for people is not having follow through. They're there, it's always there, it's available to them at any time. But follow through can be a challenge, because some people don't have that support, or some people have those beliefs that I'm not good enough, or they're afraid of their success, or they're uncomfortable with change or whatever. And so, yeah, if you have a tribe of people who believe in you, like really get what you're here to bring to the world, they can push you. Let me tell you, I have a partner who he's golden when it comes to pushing me, because there's times where I've edged up against a wall that I'm like, I can't go any farther than this, because I'm being stretched. And in my work, I get stretched frequently. And he is solid, and he'll push and he'll push and he'll push until I break through. And then he's there when I'm in the rest process as well. So yeah, it's fascinating, and it's really encouraging for people, because most people want to live a life that is fulfilling. Most people want to feel good about the contribution they're bringing to the world. And so we want to hopefully encourage people to find people that believe in them.
Yeah, so important. I think that online is a pretty amazing place as well, that we can actually find people who are more like us. Like going back to what you said in the beginning with, how am I different than the people I grew up around or the other people around me? Connect in online and you can find communities and tribes of people either on Facebook or wherever, and teachers who can help you through and connect you with other people.
Oh, absolutely. There's always a group. There's always a tribe for us, no matter how strange we might be or how much we think outside of the box or whatever. There is always a tribe. And thank goodness for online, because some of these young children who are going through the school system and they do not fit into the norm of what the school system is trying to create for them. And if they didn't have that online availability, a lot more of these children would struggle than the ones that are now. But the young people of today, they can get onto the computer and they can reach their groups and connect. And at the end of the day, we all need to feel like we belong. And that's, if when we can find a tribe, whatever that looks like, where we belong, then life feels real, connected, and it feels fulfilling for sure.
Yes, it definitely does. It's so important. So I'm wondering now a little bit about, you do the work that you do, and you probably have tribes of people that you connect with. What do you do just on your own to take care of yourself, just on a daily basis? What are some of the things that you might do that you can share with our listeners?
Oh, absolutely. Every day I exercise. I'm a health practitioner as well, not just from my work. And I believe in moving my body. I believe in getting the lungs going, the circulation. So every day, best I can, I exercise. I also have a passion that I build into my everyday passion is my horse. So every day in the middle of my day for 2 hours, I unplug completely. I'm with my horse 100%, and it is the best, most nurturing thing I've ever given myself. As for how do I balance myself, A is my horse, because it is a disconnect from the world and a reset. It's like having a nap for me, really, but it's physically demanding because he's a huge horse. But you can't not be present with a horse. They're dangerous. They're massive animals, and you need to be fully present, right? But another thing that I do is I meditate often, because I teach it, and also I manage my energy every day. So I'm considered an energetic practitioner. So I use high vibrational energy to support in changing limiting beliefs, balancing the chakras, that kind of thing. So every day I do some kind of energy process on myself to manage my energy, because at the end of the day, I believe that it's my responsibility to show up as energetically whole as I can when I'm interacting with the world.
I love that. I've heard that it's your responsibility to yourself in the future to do things that take care of yourself now. So,
awesome.
So important. I love hearing about your horse. It's so important to have something outside of just work and family that you just do for you and connect with nature or animals, connecting outdoors.
Absolutely. I have a client that I've been business coaching with, and he's building a pretty massive real estate company, and he was asking me how do I do what I do, and I said, well, I disconnect every day for 2 hours, and he couldn't grasp that concept because 2 hours is lost time, right? But I explained to him, actually, it's more productive in energy, because when you disconnect, recharge, the energy that you bring to the table for, say, the second half of the day, wherever you put that disconnect in, you're actually more productive. And you get to create balance. I mean, that piece of the pie concept, like, we need balance in our lives so that we can actually really create and manifest. When we're exhausted and we're running just from the mind in life, we're not as effective in our ability to show up and to create what we want to create.
So you have a process that you're going to share with us. We were talking about it a little bit earlier, and I'd love to know more about what you're going to share with our audience, and it's something that they can do. So tell us about it and lead us through it.
Sure, that's great. So I work a lot with the subconscious mind, obviously, it's my passion. I use it one-on-one with clients, but I also use it in my seminars, one of them being Dream Board. And so I wanted to share a process for manifesting, because I get from people, especially in group situations, is how can I manifest? How can I create what I want to create? And so I'm going to walk you guys through a process that it's a very simple technique, which will help speak to the subconscious mind. Now, one of the things you need to understand about the subconscious mind, it has a completely different language than the conscious mind. So our conscious mind is aware of this conversation, is aware of what's going on around us to some degree. The subconscious mind has a completely different language. So it's kind of like us speaking English with somebody who speaks German. So the subconscious mind's primary language is imagery. So how is that practical to us? Well, when we sleep, our dreams are quite vivid, image-filled, and we don't really understand them. And that's because that's the language of the subconscious mind. And when we go to sleep and we dream, it's the subconscious working out the events of the day. The second language of the subconscious mind is energy. And that's why a lot of energy modalities in the world influence subconscious change, because it's a language that the subconscious understands. The conscious mind, on the other hand, doesn't understand energy. We get that it's energy, but we can't actually decipher what is coded within the energy itself. However, our subconscious mind can. So how is that practical to us? So when we have an instinct about something, we don't consciously understand why we feel uncomfortable about something, we just know we do. Well, the subconscious mind is scanning, picking up an energy, and it understands the coding, if you will, of that energy. So the process that I'm going to use today is going to use the two languages to speak to the subconscious mind, imagery and energy. And then the subconscious mind, as long as it's paying attention and as long as it feels like it's being respected, it will open up and create change for you. So this is the problem with the conscious mind, is that we, definitely want to be thinking as positively as we can. But how many times have we said the same affirmation over and over again, or using our thoughts in a positive way, and yet we still attract similar situations? Unless the subconscious mind takes it in as a truth, it won't change until that level changes, because the subconscious is 1,000,000 times more powerful than our conscious mind. So a lot of talking, I get that, but I just wanted to explain why this is so powerful and why visualizing a better life for ourselves is powerful, not just talking about it. We want to visualize it because the subconscious mind's paying attention. We want to do something with our energy. How's this practical for us? So get out and move your body. That changes the energy. Again, it helps the subconscious mind pay attention. So if you want, we can do a little process. Won't take very long. And then you can use this process as often as you want to help change for the subconscious mind.
I think that makes so much sense, and I'm really excited for the process and bringing in the visual in addition to the verbal, because we're all trained to do affirmations and they're just verbal affirmations, but unless we make them visual, that makes a lot of sense that they're not going to have as much effect. And I have one question about, is that why when we try to think about something, overthinking, that we're just on the level of the conscious mind and we can't really solve something or come up with creative ideas? Is that connected?
Absolutely. So when we are just thinking, coming from the cognitive analytical part of the brain, and there's no emotion or energy to support it, then basically we're just giving our conscious mind free monkey brain to just have a play day. And that's exactly what it's doing. Guess what happens when we take a break? We go do something else. All of a sudden things shift for us, right? Because that disconnect is that the brain, the conscious mind shut down, and then the subconscious mind steps in. It's always a play between the two of them. Our subconscious mind regulates every one of our systems, and thank God, because how difficult that would be if we had to think for our heart to beat, if we had to think which enzymes to release at which time. The subconscious is doing that, and it's designed to keep us safe. It's designed to keep us alive because it's running these systems. So it's listening to the conscious mind have a rant and go off and doing it, and it's a waste of energy to the subconscious mind. So it checks out. But when you actually quiet that down, that's why they're always talking, be present, be in the moment. Subconscious mind can actually step in and it can start communicating to you. And when you understand the language of the subconscious, I share this information greatly in my Dream Board course. When you understand it, you can develop a relationship with it. And let me tell you, I would much rather have a relationship with my subconscious mind than my conscious mind, because my conscious mind is just busy. That's basically what it's here doing.
Oh, good. I'm looking forward to this because it's true. I notice, and wonder how many other people listening to this notice that for years we've been doing all this work and self-development and self-discovery, and still there's things going on. And I think it just hasn't been uncovered. So I'm really looking forward to diving in.
That's great. I wanted to clarify one thing. So when we do affirmations, yes, they're very, very powerful. How they're effective, and all of the great teachers around affirmations will back this up, how they're effective is when you add emotion to them, because emotion is like a bridge between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So if we're just doing affirmations and they're just doing a mantra and there's no feeling, there's no emotion to it, then again, the subconscious mind is checked out, not paying attention, because it's a waste of energy. But if you can get into the feeling, like say your affirmation is, I love and approve of myself. And even if you don't believe it, and you can somehow build that feeling in yourself, the subconscious mind shows up, because that bridge, which is the emotion showing up to the subconscious, then the subconscious starts taking it in as truth. And there's amazing modalities out in the world right now that really get this and are working on bringing change at the subconscious level for that. So I just wanted to clarify, because I know there's a lot of people who are doing affirmations and they're doing them so like religiously, right? And I encourage you, keep doing them. But if you want your subconscious to pay attention, add the emotion, because that is the bridge, and you want the subconscious to pay attention. So anyways, I just want to clarify that.
Thank you. That makes a lot of sense.
Cool. All right, so for this process, we're going to do a little guided imagery. And so there's no right or wrong here, okay? We're just going to use our imagination. Children are brilliant at this. They are the best manifestors on the planet, I swear, because they have active imaginations. They do not overthink things. They don't overanalyze, and they don't shut down their imagination. So if you really want this process to work for you, I invite you to bring that childlike part of yourself that can just run with imagination, and I guarantee you, or I hope for you, that you will get more from this than if you're bringing the analytical part of the brain. We can analyze and analyze and analyze until we're blue in the face. That part of the brain, we can invite after the process to come back. But for now, just bring that childlike part, and we'll see what we can manifest for you. So we're going to start by closing our eyes. And the first thing I want to do, because I want to use this as a manifesting tool, I want you to bring to mind something you would like to create or manifest. And since this is your first time of working with this process, you might want to use it for something that's not the big gun in your life, so that you can develop a relationship with your subconscious mind and build from there. But we're just going to start by bringing something that would be really enjoyable for you to create or manifest. And just gently hold it in your awareness. And take a nice deep cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. And I want you to bring your awareness now to your feet, just feeling the earth underneath your feet. We need to relax the body in order to create change. When we're constricted, tight, and heavy, the subconscious mind is not in a place for change. Feeling that nice connection of the earth below your feet. Taking another deep cleansing breath. Good. Now bring your attention to your legs. And just holding your awareness there. What we're doing is we're changing the mind from the external and bringing you into your internal environment can occur. And take a deep breath. Good. What we want to do now is just check the position of our pelvis. So what we want is we want our knees stacked over our feet. So we are nice and relaxed, and this encourages our chi and our circulation to flow through our legs. And we want our pelvis to be in a position where it's nice and relaxed, but it's creating a nice elongated spine for us. So we're not slumped over, Nice and secure and comfortable. It's like we're sitting on our seat bones here. There we go. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. Now you're going to bring your attention to your navel level, and you're going to just gently contract your abdominals, like pulling them in towards your chair or the back of your body. And we're just going to hold that for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. We're now going to bring our attention to our shoulders and our neck. We're going to actually do some shoulder rolls here. Good. And then you're going to take your shoulders and raise them towards your ears. You're going to hold that for a count of 3, 2, 1. Soften and relax. Open the chest, elongate the neck. Look up towards the sky, just creating some space here. Excellent. Then come back to a neutral spine. And I want you to imagine there is a string attached to the top of your head and it's pulling up towards the sky. And we're just creating some space here. We want to encourage circulation and chi flowing throughout the entire body mind. And take a nice deep cleansing breath. Fabulous, you're doing great. Now we're going to go on a journey. This is where we're going to access the imagination here. Again, there is no right or wrong. I want you to imagine we have just entered into a beautiful meadow with an ocean where the meadow is looking out over the ocean. And you're going to notice it's a beautiful sunny day. Good. Feel the warmth of the sun on your face and your chest. Again, your eyes are closed, allowing the imagination to come forward. Feeling the warmth of the sun on your arms. Listening to the sounds in your scenery. Noticing if you can hear any birds. Maybe you can even hear the ocean. Take a nice deep breath. Just listen, taking the scents that are surrounding you here. And we're just engaging all the senses because the subconscious mind takes care and regulates the senses. And so now it's paying attention, it's waking up to what your mind's doing. Good. But we're now going to take a walk through our meadow. And we're going to come down to the beach, feeling the warmth of the sun under your feet and your toes. And you're going to notice that there is a fire pit with fire burning. And you're going to notice just to the right of that, there is a wishing well with a wooden bucket sitting on top of the wishing well. And we're going to move towards our fire pit. And again, this is where it's really important not to analyze or try to get in the way of the mind. Just be open to receiving information from the subconscious mind. We're going to now ask the subconscious mind to show us a representation of what belief is blocking us from manifesting our desired item. And it's going to show up in either an image, a symbol, ball of energy, or you might actually see words. Just stay with it, just be open. We're asking the subconscious mind to show us a representation of the limiting belief that's getting in your way. And it's going to show up as an image, ball of light. Maybe it's going to be words or even a symbol. And you're going to take whatever shows up and you're going to place it into the fire and see the smoke rising as the subconscious mind is letting go here. And fire is symbolic of transformation and change. Good. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. Good. We're now going to ask the subconscious mind to show us the emotional impact this limiting belief has had on your system in either an image, ball of light, or words. In most cases, it will be an image or a symbol. And whatever shows up is perfect. Place that into your fire pit. And notice as the fire rises. And then take a nice deep cleansing breath. Good. We're now going to ask the subconscious mind to show us a representation of the physical impact this belief has had on your life in either an image, symbol, or ball of light. And then whatever shows up, you're going to place that into your fire pit, watching the fire rise. We're going to now, you're doing great, excellent. We're going to ask this subconscious mind to show us a representation of the energetic impact this limiting belief has had on your life, and to reveal it in an image, symbol, or ball of light. Great. And then place that into your fire for transformation and change. You're going to take a nice deep cleansing breath. Good. Lastly, we're going to ask the subconscious mind to reveal to us the impact this limiting belief has had on our life overall in either a symbol, image, or ball of light. Nice. Taking a deep breath. Whatever shows up is perfect. Place it into your fire for transformation. And take a deep breath. Give thanks to your fire for its showing up for you at this time for transformation. We're now going to bring our attention to our wishing well. You're going to take your bucket, you're going to drop it down into the water. And this water is transformational, purifying. It helps to cleanse your energy. You're going to bring that bucket back up to the surface. And the first thing you're going to do, you're going to rest that bucket on the top of your wishing well. Place your hands into the water, and you're going to take some of that water and pour it over your head, over your face. Almost like a symbolic cleansing, if you will, of letting go of the old and inviting the new. Okay, you're doing fabulous. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. And you're going to take the rest of that water, you're going to either pour it over you or you're going to pour it over your fire. I would encourage you to pour some of it over the fire to put it out so that your subconscious mind that knows that it's been looked after. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. Every time we take a deep breath, we're resetting our entire system to the new moment of now and the changes we've just went through. And we're going to slowly make off of the beach and back onto our meadow. And when we get onto our meadow, you're going to notice there is a beautiful, it's like a shrub, if you will. And it's filled with all kinds of beautiful white flowers. And you're going to see that this shrub is just filled with light and energy. There's like this beautiful gold and white light all around it. And you can just see, sense, and feel that it's magical. It's filled with energy. It's filled with creative forces. And you're now going to bring to mind, this part gives me chills. It's amazing. You're going to bring to mind what you wish to manifest. And then close your eyes, feel into that manifestation as if it was happening right now. Build that feeling in your body. And when you open your eyes, one of the flowers on your shrub is going to be lit up into this beautiful, beautiful rose pink color. You're going to go pluck that flower off your shrub. And as you take it off, it turns into a beautiful rose pink ball of light. Again, we're using our imagination, but the subconscious mind gets this. And feel the energy in the palms of your hands. And when you're ready, you're going to intuitively bring that energy into your body. Most people will bring it into their heart, but just let your subconscious mind guide you where to bring the energy in, and place your hands there. Breathe into it. Imagine that energy just immersing itself into your being, integrating and becoming whole and part and complete with you. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. And imagine, if you will, hovering above your head is a ball of white lights, and it's going to just beam white light all the way through the top chakra, all the way through the head, all down the throat, all down the core, down into the base of your pelvis, and then energy is going to flow down your legs and into the earth. What this golden white light is doing is helping to integrate the changes from that beautiful ball of rose pink energy into every cell of your being and throughout your consciousness. So you are now in vibrational harmony with what you wish to manifest. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. Good. And so it is. Take a moment just to find your space, come back into this reality that we're in. You might be a bit out of it, if you will, but just wiggle your fingers and your toes, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes again.
Wow. It's incredible. I always go so deeply with your guidance. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. I look forward to hearing what you manifested. That's great. That's great.
And I know that so many people who are listening to this with us right now, I'm so excited to know that there are other people joining this and hearing your words and benefiting as well and manifesting.
That's great. You created your own tribe. It's awesome. That's nice.
Woo. So if people want more from you, if they want more of this kind of thing, where can they get it? What do they do? What does our audience do to connect with you and get more?
Well, you can go to my website, first of all. It's angelastrank.com. So that's Angela and then Strank, STRANK.com. I do full moon webinars. So every month I do webinars to support my tribe and the people in my community. And it's to support people in letting go. I think a lot of us struggle with letting go so that we can create space to bring in the new. And so that's why every month I'm committed to doing this, so that we can move those blocks and those barriers out of the way, so we can really open up to more expansion, more new opportunities, more miracles, more blessings. So that's one thing that I offer. And then obviously I do phone work with people. And also I do seminars. So we were going to talk about the Dream Board course. I know a lot of your readers are from Kamloops, and Kamloops is my hometown. So I've been teaching this course for quite a while. I actually just returned from the Cayman Islands teaching it there. And I got guided that it's time to bring it home to Kamloops. So I'll be doing that on July 23rd and looking forward to that. And one of the processes we just did will be part of that course. And of course it will be slowed down, and it will go deeper because in a situation like this we're time limited. But anyways, if this resonates with you and you're in the Kamloops area and you want to learn how to really manifest the life for yourself, that would be good. Do you want me to share with you how Dream Board actually got started?
Yes, absolutely. And a little bit more about what Dream Board is. A lot of us know or have maybe heard of Vision Board, but some people have never even heard of Vision Boards or Dream Board. So what is it?
Sure. So Dream Board is a course that I created. It's actually more than a vision board. So a vision board is when we take a collection of images and we place it on a board. What I did is I created a course that takes all my training about subconscious mind and I apply it to a vision board. And it's interesting, I wasn't looking to build this course at all. My girlfriend, who is extremely artistic, and she was living in Victoria at the time, and we got together and she's always like, want to do this? Anyways, so this particular day she said, let's do a vision board. And I'd never done one, but I knew the concept of them, right? So we did our vision board, and at the end of it, it was just not sitting right with me. I said, you know what? This is fine, but let's apply everything I know about the subconscious mind. Because I'm looking at this thinking, there's no way my subconscious mind is really paying attention to this. So I applied everything I know about the subconscious mind to my own vision board and to her vision board. And I did some processes on us, and it was just fun. I wasn't looking to build a course. Anyway, so we did that in March, and I had put on my board, because I'm a writer as well, I'm in the middle of writing a book at the moment. I had put on my board, I thought, I'm just going to play with this and dream big. Wouldn't that be great if I got one of my articles in the Oprah magazine? You know, that's a pretty big thing to think about, right? So anyways, that's what I did. I put it on my board, and I applied all the techniques that I have about the subconscious mind, put it on there, no problem. So we did this in March, and in October, it was a Friday night, 10 o'clock, my phone rings, and I pick up the phone, and it's actually my best friend's sister, squealing into the phone saying, why didn't you tell me you were on Oprah? And I thought, what the heck? Like, I seriously thought she was playing with me. What had happened is I did what I love. So I did my dream board. I did what I love, which is I write. And I wrote a piece on life purpose. And on Facebook, when you write something, it's free domain. It can go anywhere, right? And my article got onto the Life class Facebook page. And Oprah loved it. And her and Pastor Joel Orstein did a life class on life purpose. They read my article. They put my picture up. They talked about my article. I didn't have a clue. Nobody ever told me. And anyways, so I manifested even better than what I wanted, which was, you know, I thought I was just going to be hopefully getting in the magazine, but I ended up on her life class. And it's so funny. A couple of my clients have seen it, and there's no replays, but they took screenshots from me, so I have proof that I was on there. And when I wrote Oprah's life class, they're like, oh yeah, she really liked your article. And anyways, it was fascinating. And after that, I went, oh my God, I got to build a course about this. I got to help people in a really big way, because I didn't see that coming. And the transformations that people have had ever since I've created this as a course have been mind-blowing. And it's showing you the power of the subconscious mind. When you anchor its power into what you desire, it is amazing what can unfold. So I'm bringing Dream Board to Kamloops on July 23rd, and for those who are listening, hopefully you can join us.
That is so exciting. What a wonderful story of how your dream board actually worked. I would absolutely love it. And that's got to be motivation for all of our viewers and for me as well. Like, get on this dream board thing. It works for sure. And more than just a vision board, it's bringing in your subconscious mind. I love it. So excited. So it's July 23rd. Is that a Saturday?
Yeah, it's a Saturday. And it's interesting because I was looking around for venues, and I can't tell you how many people said, Angela, you got to take it to a Akashic Ranch. And well, she has healing horses there. I'm super passionate about horses, and she, you know, really honors spirituality and healing, and it's just the perfect venue. So it's outside of Kamloops, unfortunately, but it is going to be worth it. It's going to be healing in nature just to be on that ranch. And so it's 12 to 4. So it's not a full day, but you're going to be going through big processes to create the changes that you want. So that's good.
Good. I think it's really powerful to get just a little bit out of town. I think it's about a half an hour drive, if that. And you get just a little bit out of town, and Marianne runs Akashic Ranch, and it's amazing. She's got so many great programs going on, and the fact that you're going to be there just makes sense, that you're going to be doing this a little bit out of town, out in nature, like a mini retreat on a Saturday afternoon.
Oh, it's so funny. I'm teaching Dream Board in a horse arena. I was like squealing when she offered that to me, because I thought, oh, because some of the other places that were presented to me were like office places with fluorescent lights, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And Marianne just seems amazing, so I'm really looking forward to going there.
Yeah, it seems like a perfect fit.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So Marianne herself is organizing the entire event. Just because I don't live there, so if you are interested, you need to contact Marianne at Akashic Ranch to follow up with that. So.
Okay, so to register, people actually do that through Akashic Ranch.
Absolutely, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll post the links right below this video so that all people have to do is click that link and they can register. Is there a limited amount of people that can get in?
Yes, 30 is the max. Yeah.
Very cool. So we have a few weeks, and just get on that, everybody, and let's dream board together. I think it's going to be awesome.
Nice. This has been fun. Thank you so much.
I love talking to you. This is fantastic. I love what you have to share with our viewers, and I just love what you do.
Oh, thank you. I have to say, you're one of the best interviewers there is out there. It's nice to see you doing more interviews. I've been watching some of them that you've been sending through your email list, and it's pretty cool to watch you shine in an area that is perfect for you.
Oh, thank you so much. It's what I love to do. My passion is truly bringing people together and uplifting the community around us.
That's nice. Well, it shows. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Is there any final words that you'd love to leave our viewers with?
Yeah, anything you want to do, you can do. Anything. The only thing that's limiting you is a belief, and beliefs can change. So don't give up on yourself. If you do nothing else in this life, don't give up on yourself, because life is meant to be lived. Life is meant to be magical, and we are meant to thrive. So that's the message I bring home with anybody I work with, because I truly believe it, because I'm living it. I'm not just preaching it. So hopefully that helps.
So important. I love it. I'm going to rewind this and go back and write out what you just said and post it on my wall, because that's so powerful. I love it. I'm going to write it down in the comments below as well. So thank you for that. Thank you so much for being here with us and for sharing your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It's been great. And I've been enjoying the birds in the background, and it just looks lovely where you are.
Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for joining us and for watching. If you liked this video, please click the like button. And more importantly, if you think that there's somebody else who you know who would benefit from watching, please share it with them so that they can benefit too. We'll see you next time.